There will come a time when black people wake up and become intellectually independent enough to think for themselves, as other humans are intellectually independent enough to think for themselves. He will feel for other black people. And this new thinking and feeling will cause black people to stick together. And then at that point, you'll have a situation where when you attack one black man, you are attacking all black men. Black thinking will cause all black people to stick together. And this type of thinking also will bring an end to the brutality inflicted upon black people by white people. And it is the only thing that will bring an end to it. No federal court, state court, or city court will bring an end to it. It's something that the black man has to bring an end to himself.
Lift every voice and sing till earth and heaven ring with the harmonies of liberty. Let our rejoicing rise high as the listening skies. Let it resound loud as the rolling sea.
I got to explain to you also your soul, your needs, your political desires and needs, because that is Huey's soul. When we first organized the Black Panther Party for Self-Defense, he would say, Bobby, he says, we're going to draw up a basic platform, just basic, that black people can read. He says, we don't want to go real elaborate with all these essays and dissertations and all this stuff, because the brother going to look at that and he can say, man, I ain't got time for that. I got to go see what I can do for myself. He said, just a basic platform that the mothers who struggle hard to raise us, that the fathers who worked hard, that the young brothers in school who come out of school semi-illiterate. You say we want freedom, we want power to determine the destiny of our black community. Full employment for our people. Number 3, we want housing fit, decent housing fit for shelter of human beings. Number 4, we want all black men to be exempt from military service. Number 5, we want decent education for our black people in our community that teaches us the true nature of this decadent racist society, and to teach black people and our young black brothers and sisters their place in society, because if they don't know their place in society and in the world, they can't relate to anything else. Number 6, we want an end to the robbery by the white racist businessmen of black people and black people in their community. Number 7, we want an immediate end to police brutality and murder of black people. Number 8, we want all black men held in county, state, federal jails and prisons to be released because they have not had a fair trial, because they've been tried by all white juries, and that's just like being tried in Germany being a Jew. Number 8, we want black people, number 9, when brought to trial, to be tried by members of their peers. And a peer being one who comes from the same economic, social, religious, historical, and racial background. If the United States government and the courts and the local courts did this, they would have to choose black people from the black community to sit up on the jury. They'd have to choose some of the mothers who've been working 20 years in Miss Ann's kitchen scrubbing floors like my mother done done. They have to choose some of them hard-working fathers. They have to choose some of those brothers who stand on the block out there wondering where they're going to get a gig. They're going to have to choose these black people. And number 10, he would say, let's just summarize it. We want housing, we want clothing, we want education, we want justice, and we want peace. This is the basic platform. In case you never knew it or not, of all the things that you've heard in the press, of all the derogatory statements that's been made in the press about Brother Huey P. Newton and I, of all these derogatory statements to guide you away from seeing this basic platform that Huey was talking about for his own people. We have to learn to look through the white press. We have to learn to see what's going on. Now, out of this platform, Huey P. Newton realized that it was necessary for us to start working on these points, these 10 points, practically. Remember number 7? We want an immediate end to police brutality and murder of black people. This is very, very important. And here, whether you know it or not, is where you start dealing with the black revolution. When Huey says every black man put a shotgun in your home, and once we let the man know, say, look, we armed from block to block, and we're going to patrol you from our windows. And we're not going to have you brutalizing none of our people in the streets. Do you realize what kind of power black people have then? Because you begin to neutralize that police force, because them cops going to start riding shaky and scared. In fact, we're in a position then to demand that they withdraw from our community because they occupy our community just like a foreign troop occupies territory. Very important to understand. We hate cops beating black people over their heads and murdering them. That's what we hate. If you got enough energy to sit down and hate a white person just because of the color of his skin, you waste a lot of energy. You better take that same energy and put it in some motion out there and start dealing with those oppressive conditions, and you're going to find out just what you hate and what you're going to stop. Black people, we are organizing to stop racism. You dig it? When you stop racism, you stop brutality and murder of black people by the racist occupying army in our black community. That's what we're going to stop. What's being done to us? You dig it? Can you dig the white power structure in this racist police force and how they've escalated the situation? That before Watts there was 1,300 cops, now there's 6,000 cops patrolling black people. That in Oakland they had 350 cops just 3.5 years ago. Now they got 1,000 cops patrolling black people. San Francisco's doubled its police force, and every area, major metropolis where black people live all across this country, they've doubled, tripled, and quadrupled their police force, equipped them with tanks, all kinds. We got to stop it, brother. Let's get together and unify.
So let's talk about Black unity. The Black Panther Party essentially gave us our first look at Black unity in the 1960s among African Americans in order to fight police brutality. Ever since then, Black unity has been a thing and a concept that really Black people just began to live by. Black unity is something that is supposed to be empowering and that we have implemented into the education system with our BSU. Change is inevitable. For so long, Black students have fought for equality within the education system. There is no doubt that attending a predominantly white institution takes a toll on Black and minority students. BSU's aid in keeping communities alive and ensuring a safe space for Black students in a racially divided community. The history of these uplifting groups can be traced back to 1969 at the University of Central Florida, where founders James Garrett and Jerry Bernardo established the first ever known BSU. In case you're wondering, BSUs are still very much alive and well today. In fact, they've even multiplied. Take a look at this news clip from a school who's just beginning their BSU and their reasoning. It'll help you understand a little bit better if you don't.
Students at Southside High School are making their voices heard with a new club, one that they hope will make a difference for minorities in years to come.
For Haven Pleasant, attending a predominantly white school wasn't always easy.
People always have this stigma towards Black people, especially Black women, and what we are supposed to be and what we're supposed to act like.
While she knew there was more to her than what some may have perceived, she wanted to show others that.
So having a place for us to come and to show education, and standing up for what we believe in our own opinions, in our own bright and beautiful minds.
Haven and several of her friends got to work for a year. They talked about starting the Black Student Union. This year, they finally made it happen.
We put in a lot of work, a lot of sweat and tears to make our program what it's going to be, and even our club what it is.
Despite crossing that mountain of getting their club off the ground, they're now facing another obstacle, getting others to see them as more than just a club for African Americans.
We want others to know, like, you don't have to be Black to feel like you don't have a place to go to where you feel safe or where you feel like your differences are respected and embraced. That's what we started this club for. Just because it was started by Black members doesn't mean that Black people are the only people that can take part in this club.
For Haven, her time at Southside is coming to an end. Her hope for the organization is that it continues to thrive and that safe place they created stays that way.
Fenwick had kind of a similar upbringing for its BSU. Just like Southside, we've kind of just been built on that same premise, on that same concept of just growing our BSU, sense of belonging, sense of community. Our BSU was first founded, or it first took off officially in 2017 with just a tiny group of students. I want to say maybe 5 or 6 students. It wasn't large. It wasn't really known. We didn't start to gain attention until the population of Black students began to rise. So the founder of our BSU at Fenwick was Myla Boyd of 18. Since then, we've went through a lot of presidents, vice presidents, secretaries, treasurers. Our second president after that was Ariel Barr of 19. Our other president was Mr. Brandon Wilson of 20, and then our newest president is Ms. Vaughn Bledsoe of 21, and our newest vice president is Mr. Brighton Seaton of 22. So right now we're gonna hear a little bit from Mr. Brighton Seaton of the class of 22. He was asked the most of the questions, and let's just hear what he has to say.
Hello, my name is Bryson Seaton, and I am a junior, a part of the class of 2021. Currently, I'm the vice president of Fenwick's Black Student Union. I wanted to join BSU because of its mission. During my freshman year, I experienced culture shock, and BSU was there to help me get through it. I also joined BSU because I wanted to connect with students who look like me and share similar, if not the same, experiences as me. BSU has become my second family. There I have met some of my closest friends. These are the people who I spend my time with in school and after school.
What does being Black mean to you? What does being Black mean to students at Fenwick?
Being Black to me means what being Black means to me is.
Being Black to me
being
means.
Black to me means.
Being Black means.
What Black means to me is when things can feel completely unfair and helpless, you always have a loving community full of people who share that same exact feeling to turn back to.
Facing those challenges that we have to deal with in life and overcoming them.
And to be willing to work 10 times harder to succeed.
I can't take no for an answer.
Being in love with your culture and your history.
Being yourself, being proud of who you are.
Being proud about what you do.
Like Black excellence, Black girl magic, that is real.
Being a part of the coolest community in the world.
Through the music, the cooking, the dances, the fashion we create.
Being bold.
Strong and resilient.
Who's strong and resilient.
I am powerful.
To be empowered.
I am strong.
Strength and empowerment.
It means being part of a community.
And always has your back, no matter who you are.
Power and struggle.
Black people have gone through so much in history, and even today we're still fighting for justice.
We face to reality. Everything that I do doesn't make a stamp in this world unless I make it make a stamp in this world.
We are amazing and we are great.
Adversity and hardships have come our way, but we have managed to overcome them. Challenges are inevitable, but how long will it take? Not long.
It will not be long, because truth crushed earth will rise again.
Yes, sir.
How long? Not long.
Yes, sir.
Because no lie can live forever.
Yes, sir.
How long? Not long.
How long?
Because you shall reap what you sow.
Yes, sir.
How long? Not long.
How long?
Truth forever on the scaffold, wrong forever on the throne.
Yes, sir.
Yes, that scaffold sways the future.
Yes.
Behind the dim unknown standeth God within the shadow, keeping watch above his own. How long? Not long. Because the arc of the moral universe is long, but it bends toward justice.
Yes, sir.
How long? Not long.
Not long.
Because mine eyes have seen the glory of the coming of the Lord.
Yes, sir.
He's trampling out the vintage where the grapes of wrath are stored.
Yes, sir.
He's loosed the fateful lightning of his terrible swift sword.
Yes, sir.
His truth is marching on.
Yes, sir.
He has sounded forth the trumpet that shall never call retreat. He is sifting out the hearts of men before his judgment seat. Oh, be swift, my soul, to answer him. Be jubilant, my feet. Our God is marching on. Glory, hallelujah. Glory, hallelujah. Glory, hallelujah. Glory, hallelujah. His truth is marching on.
On May 25, 2020, a devastation struck the nation when the world witnessed the murder of George Floyd, an unarmed black man who was placed on the ground by the officer Derek Chauvin with his knee on his neck. This was just one of many instances of a display of police brutality. As a result, there was an uproar around the world which gained attention from many different media outlets, social media influencers, activists, and more. Also, there were many different protests from not just America, but other countries as well. From this tragic event, Phoenix BSU went from 7 to 30 members in a matter of days, where many joined the club to seek peace and participate in open discussion, where they were able to talk about how they were affected by what was happening, as well as the world around them. It became clear of the club's purpose. It was not just to offer counsel to the black students within the film community, but to also serve as a place where people felt most comfortable speaking out about controversial topics and to have a sense of belonging. To march, to dance, to kneel, to be quiet. We're saying your name. We're saying their names. We're being loud.
Hands up! Don't shoot! Hands up! Don't shoot!
We're being brave. We're laughing. We're crying. We're getting engaged.
We're getting married. We're changing the world.
We soldiers, man. Let's stop hurting each other and let's get it right, man. Today is the day we're gonna stand up for our community, man.
If we could do this, we could do more. We just gotta continue on pushing and don't give up.
She did what?
That changed the world.
I love BSU because I love the community that it holds with the black students at the school. And having the black students communicate with one another and having that bond and trust at the school is very important, especially allowing the students to communicate with one another about the issues that go around at the school that are not spoken about. I feel like having that, especially nowadays, is very important, and it goes to overall make Fenwick a better place.
I love BSU because it brings black people, even other people of color, together, especially at a predominantly white school like Fenwick. Black people need a community to come together and support each other in case anything bad happens, so we can relate to each other and be there to support one another.
Wait, do a boomerang. Slide down.
Move, Brandon!